What's good, YouTube? Your boy Electric Carves back with another review, and this time we're talking about the SHREDLIGHTS SL-FX Plus. But before we get into the review, I want to talk a little bit about lighting and why SHREDLIGHTS are my go-to choice whenever I have a board that doesn't come with lighting and I need to purchase additional lights. SHREDLIGHTS did not provide any equipment that you see in this video, so what you're going to get is an honest review and an opinion of what I think of SHREDLIGHTS. Now, I cannot stress enough how important having lighting is on your setup when you're doing night rides. Next to helmet, I view lighting as one of the most important things to have and could be the difference between serious injury or even death. The most important thing to me is that I am visible and other vehicles can see me whenever I'm riding at night. Now, I have yet to find another light that is as bright, durable, or can withstand the constant vibrations as SHREDLIGHTS. These lights were designed specifically for boards, one wheels, bikes, or any other PEVs. Are they the cheapest solution out there? No, they're not. But what I'm going to show you today is that when you use their SLLock mounting system and done right, you can actually repurpose your SHREDLIGHTS on multiple boards, equipment, or any other pieces of PEVs that you have. So with that being said, let's get into the unboxing. Now, before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to the Cali E-Skate Show. I actually won this in a giveaway that they were doing. If you haven't checked them out, their link will be in the description below. Go subscribe to their channel. Go check them out. Now, as far as the box goes, you're going to see some features that's included with the SL-FX Plus. When you open the box, you'll see the light itself there. And then as you remove the light, you'll see that there's a Bluetooth emblem that's located up top. Also the clip for the SLLock mounting system. And then the USB-C charger that it takes to recharge the light itself. The power button is located up top. Note that the power on this is about 3 hours. If you adjust the dimmer, you can get up to 8 hours with that too. This is the VHB 3M tape mounting lock system that's included with it. There is also a magnetic strip that's purchased separately, and I'll go over that later. A USB-C charging cable to charge the light itself. It takes about 2 hours to charge from what I understand. Included stickers that you have with it as well. And then lastly, you'll have an instruction set up with this, which will show you how to download the app, how to pair it to the app. The light will still work without the app, but you have so many more features whenever you're using the app, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. As you open this up, it will tell you how to pair it with the Bluetooth, and then also how to pair it without the Bluetooth on there. One thing that's with this too is it does have a 1-year warranty that's included with it. And then you can see the light specs right there that's included also. The light itself uses 14 total LEDs. Also, it is IPX7 waterproof, which means it can be submersible for up to 1 meter in 30 minutes time. Lastly, I love the lighting or the description they have on here. They call it the disco light. It's kind of a cool little setup once you get it on the board. You'll see a little bit later what it looks like. Now, they do give you an extra VHB 3M sticky tape strip, as well as also one is included on the mount itself. Now, this mount does not remove, so once you mount it to the board, this piece cannot be interchangeable, which is why I preferred the magnetic strips, and you'll see those here in just a bit. The other piece I want to note too is the red piece to take off that tape is kind of a pain in the ass. I used a box cutter knife to get it started or to remove it there. This is what it looks like. On this case, I'm using the Veymax board for this. It uses the SLLock mounting strip. I do like that they switched to plastic versus a rubber that they had before. It comes on and off a lot easier than what previous models of their lights have been before. And once it's on, it's sturdy. It's not coming off for that. So easy to take on and off and interchange with that too. Now, as I mentioned before, it will work without the app. One thing I do want to call out with this too is they will pair with up to 12 additional shred lights that are Bluetooth capable. All of my other shred lights were the previous models that are not Bluetooth capable, so I don't have that feature with mine. But what's nice with it is you can long press, I believe it's 1.5 seconds on the button, and it will turn all of the lights on in sync with the same color scheme that you have with that. In my case, since I have the previous version, I have to do the old school way and turn every light on separately. But as I upgrade my system, I will demonstrate that once I get additional lights that are Bluetooth capable. Now moving on to the SLLock system, as well as the flat sticky mount, that's the magnetic strip for purchase extra. Now, one thing that's my favorite part about shred lights is their patented SLLock system. And what this does is it enables you to interchange your lights out on multiple boards without having to purchase lights for every single board. So this goes back to when I was saying, have people say that shred lights can be overpriced or they cost too much. It's actually not true. Here's the deal with this is you only have to purchase one set of lights, and then you can purchase their SLLock mounts, and you can mount them on as many boards as you want, which the mounts are going to be a lot cheaper than purchasing lights for every single additional board that you have. So as you can see here, that's the traditional mount that came with the SL-FX Plus. The rest that you see right here are magnetic strips that I purchased for $2.99. The magnetic strip that you see right there, or the mount, was $12.99 for this. But what's nice is I can take this and I can click it on each and every single board that I want, and I don't have to purchase another light for each board. You're not going to ride more than one board at once, right? So one thing that's nice with this is you can mount this on with every single board, and then whatever you choose to ride that night, you just take that light and mount it to that board. The magnetic strip will hold up to 7 pounds, which is nice. So it's a strong magnet. It's not coming off once you have it on there. There's the strip there. So when you remove it from the magnetic strip, this just shows that if I were to have additional mounts like this, I would have to remove it. Whereas to the magnetic strip piece there, I can clip it on and then simply just take it off. And then I can mount it on each and every board that I want to whenever I'm riding that night. To me, this is what sets shred lights aside from the competition. There's nobody else in the game that's doing this, and I think it's just a really cool feature. Now moving on to the app. You can download the Shred Lights app in the App Store or Google Play Store, and then once you download the app, you'll sync your light with it here. It's easy to sync. What you'll do is you'll hold the light button down or the power button down for 5 seconds. It'll discover it, and then it'll pair it to the board itself. What's nice is when you have the light synced with the app, you have all different customization modes that you could do with this. The app itself has 8 different colors that you can choose from. Also, they have 3 different light modes that you can choose from that you'll see in addition to the solid color, but it gives you over 10,000 different combinations of colors and light modes that you can do with this. So you have a lot of customization to whatever lights that you want to do. Me personally, I really like the circle mode. It interchanges different colors as you're riding, so it looks really cool as you're riding through for that. Now, the other piece with this too is you can go through and sync your different lights, but what's nice is you can also adjust the dimmer on this. And to me, what I like about the dimmer capability with this is if you know you're going to be riding on a longer ride, the full power gives you 3 hours, but you can actually get up to 8 hours as you adjust the dimmer from brightest to lightest from here. So you do have the ability, if you know that you're going to be out for longer rides and want to just conserve battery, you can adjust the dimming mode accordingly to make sure that you have enough power for that. They do have an auto on and off feature for this. This was a little quirky. This is my one feedback that I have with this particular setup here, and that it took me a minute to figure out, and I think there's some things that they could improve upon with this. So the auto off and on feature, it will shut the light off after 2 minutes of non-moving. And what's nice with that is it'll dim it to about 20%, I believe, right before it shuts off, and then the light will turn off. Now, when you go to power the board back on, I had some issues with this, and I think that there's some updates that they could do with that. I'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute. Once you go into here, you can also update to different versions. So if they have any software updates, you're able to do updates with that. They also have a customer service contact notification for there. And they also have an FAQ and troubleshooting as well throughout the app. So if you have any FAQs, questions, things like that, you can access the app, go through the troubleshooting, and it'll give you that information for there. You can also add additional lights throughout the app too as you purchase additional lights with SHREDLIGHTS. That's where you'll hit the plus button up there. And then you can see you can add a new light, you can do a new group, as you have additional lights, and really get into that customization where all the lights have the same color schemes, they can power on at the same time, things like that. Now back to the auto on and off feature. So after 2 minutes, the light itself will dim to 20%, and then 30 seconds later, the light will shut off. And you can see right here, the light shuts off, which is a great feature. It conserves battery. I love the automation that it has for this. But the problem that I had that you can see right here is whenever I move the board, the light is supposed to come back on. And you can see this was the first night after the light immediately shut off, I went to move my board and the light would not come back on. I could not figure out for the life of me what was going on with this, and I just thought it was a fault that they had from this. Now, the next night, I moved my board, and you can see the light came on from here. What I figured out with this is that on the auto off and on feature, when the light immediately shuts off, you cannot move your board for it to power back on. It has to sit for maybe about 2 minutes with it being off before that auto on feature comes back on with that. So if you're out for a group ride, or if you're out in the middle of something and you stop and take a break and the light shuts off, do not expect the light to come back on with the auto movement unless it's been off for about 2 minutes or more with that. That is a feature that I think that they could improve upon. That's just my experience. So SHREDLIGHTS, if you are watching this video, maybe you can provide additional insight with that. But, I love the auto off and on feature, but I think that this is something that needs to be worked on or improved upon. Final conclusion. Now, at the time of this video, the SL-FX Plus is priced at $59.99 for one light. You can also buy a 2-pack for $99.99, which is a special that they have right now. Or they also have a 4-pack that you can purchase for $179.99. Now, for me, I think one light for your board is plenty or ample enough, as you can see in the video right here. I love how it changes colors. It does increase your visibility, which is most important to me as well too, though. So you do get the cool factor of it changing colors as you're riding. You have the increased visibility. Do I recommend this? Absolutely. I think this is a great addition to have. I would prioritize headlights and taillights first. And then once you have those, if you want additional visibility and then just a cool factor for this, absolutely get the underglow. I do think there's some room for improvement on the auto on and off feature. I would like to see, as soon as the light shuts off, for you to be able to move your board and for the light to power back on immediately without having to wait the additional 2 minutes or whatever that it is. But nevertheless, it's still a great feature. I still love SHREDLIGHTS. I still think that it's a great product, and I do recommend getting this. So this concludes my review of the SHREDLIGHTS SL-FX Plus. Guys, if you like this content, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It helps me out. And until then, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.